For decades, survival horror relied on the camera to establish dread. We moved from archaic fixed camera angles of the late 90s to the standard over-the-shoulder perspective, where the lens is locked behind the protagonist's back. The modern over-the-shoulder camera provides significant spatial dominance. You can crouch behind a crate, rotate the floating lens, and safely monitor a threat without ever exposing your character. It grants the player a safe, omniscient view of the environment. Screenburn Interactive, a developer known for mastering analog technology and UI-driven horror, is applying their specific expertise to a new project, Silent Hill Townfall. Townfall engineers dread by deliberately fracturing the player's cognitive bandwidth. The game achieves this by tethering core survival mechanics to a handheld analog device that actively deprives the player's senses. Screenburn prioritizes these restrictive user interface constraints over traditional methods like high enemy counts or graphic spectacle. Locking the camera directly inside the protagonist's skull revokes the player's spatial awareness. You only know what is directly in front of you. Looking at this blueprint map, the mechanical disadvantage is clear. First person restricts you to a static 90-degree cone. To check an adjacent corridor, you must step into the intersection. When you turn your head, the space directly behind you is completely unmonitored. This spatial constraint is paired with strict physical modeling. The protagonist, Simon Ordell, moves with heavy, labored footsteps. His stamina drains quickly when running, and during moments of acute stress, his hands visibly shake. Exploring the environment offers no relief. The developers removed all automated loot collection and glowing item indicators. Scavenging for supplies requires manual interaction, pulling open individual desk drawers or physically lifting documents to read the text. These grounded physical limitations convert basic environmental navigation into a gauntlet of genuine vulnerability. The central tool for navigating this hostile space is the CRTV. It serves as the game's primary mechanical pillar, replacing traditional weaponry. This analog device functions as a bulky, combined cathode ray tube television, radio tuner, and localized sonar tracker. You use the device for three main tasks: intercepting radio broadcasts, tracking unseen threats, and solving complex puzzles. When you operate the CRTV, it is raised directly into your field of vision. Your walking speed drops to a crawl, and the physical environment in the background blurs out of focus. One of the core puzzles requires RGB signal calibration. You have to focus on the small screen and manually turn dials to align red, green, and blue waveforms. While focused on this intricate micro-task, you are blind to the 3D space around you. You must listen for the wet, shuffling footsteps of creatures closing in while trying to lock in the frequency. The game links this hardware directly to Simon's physiological state. If you take damage or look directly at a horrifying entity, the resulting panic causes the CRTV display to violently jitter, knocking the signal out of alignment. You cannot force the calibration through the panic. You have to retreat, break line of sight, and wait for Simon's breathing to steady before the screen stabilizes. The CRTV functions as an active antagonist, competing for your limited sensory processing and weaponizing your attention against you. Direct combat in Townfall is a fragile last-ditch resort. Aiming firearms is deliberate and erratic, while melee weapons, like rusted pipes, degrade and break after minimal usage. Stealth is mandatory. To enforce this, the developers discarded standard patrol routes and built an acoustic pathfinding system. Townfall's entities track sound. Instead of patrol routes, they alter their path if they detect movement. Walking over glass generates an acoustic signature. Every creature in the radius will instantly abandon its current path to converge on the noise. You must manipulate this ecosystem by throwing glass bottles or bricks into far corners, creating auditory decoys to pull monsters away. However, the AI adapts. If you throw multiple bottles into the same corner, creatures stop investigating the noise origin. They will start sweeping the dark alcoves surrounding the impact zone to find the source. If you are caught, recovering health requires real-time inventory interactions that leave you entirely defenseless during the animation. Because the AI is systemic rather than scripted, you are forced into a constant state of calculating paranoia. The technical rendering engine must explicitly support this systemic vulnerability. The game is set in 1996 in St. Emilia, Scotland. The environment portrays a town devoured by industrial tragedy and socio-economic collapse. Screenburn utilizes Unreal Engine 5 to construct this space, but the technology is deployed to manufacture intentional obscurity. Volumetric fog acts as a physical barrier. It swallows the beam of your flashlight and creates a constant haze that tricks your peripheral vision. Lumen global illumination is weaponized to cast shifting shadows that disguise enemy silhouettes, making routine exploration inherently dangerous. Cutting-edge photorealism in Townfall is engineered to obscure information and amplify isolation, harmonizing with the CRTV's sensory deprivation. Developing a game with mechanics this hostile to the player carries extreme commercial risk in the modern AAA industry. Konami mitigates this risk through a decentralized, multi-studio publishing strategy designed to keep the franchise active without creative stagnation. This strategy separates traditional, conservative remakes from highly experimental titles. The guaranteed commercial floor of a traditional remake allows a studio like Screenburn Interactive the freedom to take radical mechanical risks with analog UI and first-person vulnerability. Townfall demonstrates that restricting spatial dominance and weaponizing the interface is the most effective way to build genuine psychological tension. Interactive horror finds its most potent form in the precise mechanical engineering of player vulnerability and cognitive overload.